The marble caves of Chile are a masterpiece of geological time, held in a delicate balance, now beginning to fail. Carved from Patagonian stone, their appearance changes entirely based on lake levels. Too high, beauty disappears. Too low, colors fade. While the marble itself may take centuries to erode, the specific conditions that make these caves world-famous are trapped on a much shorter timer. We are beginning to see a shift in the environment that threatens to permanently disrupt the way light and water interact with this stone. To understand why this splendor is vanishing, we have to look past the solid rock and focus on the water, the variable that dictates whether these caves are a wonder or just another dark tunnel. The caves are part of a massive glacial system. General Carrera Lake is fed by the melting ice of the Andes, creating a high-energy environment where the water is constantly in motion. It took over 6,000 years of this glacial water crashing against the shoreline to perform the slow work of geological carving. As the water dissolved the softer calcium carbonate, it left behind these smooth, flared pillars, supporting the weight of the marble peninsula above the surface. Despite how it looks, that blue isn't a pigment in the rock. The marble is white. Those colors are an optical illusion, created as sunlight hits the pure glacial water and reflects the blue spectrum onto the ceiling. Every swirl of turquoise we admire is an active relationship between the stone and the lake. If that relationship changes, the visual identity of the cave changes with it. Because the color is a result of reflection, it requires the water level to stay within a very narrow physical margin. When the lake deviates from its historical baseline, the physical mechanics of the reflection fail. When the water climbs, it swallows the cavern openings. This cuts off sun rays, plunging the marble into shadow. Conversely, if the water drops too low, light enters at the wrong angle, bouncing off the surface but missing the ceiling. Without that specific angle of light, the turquoise ribbons disappear, leaving behind the dull, natural gray of the unlit stone. For millennia, these caves have occupied a precise range of water levels. It is a physical balance that nature maintained with remarkable consistency, until now. That long-term stability is now being dismantled by the shifting climate of the surrounding glaciers. As regional temperatures rise, the predictable cycles of freezing and thawing that regulated the lake for thousands of years are becoming erratic. This chart shows the historical stability of the lake's water table. At the end of the timeline, you can see how erratic glacial melt is forcing the water into severe, unpredictable fluctuations that the system wasn't built to handle. Because the water table is no longer consistent, the caves can no longer reliably produce the reflections that define them. The degradation of the cave's beauty is not a distant possibility. It is a current reality, driven by the destabilization of the lake itself. We are witnessing a collision of two different timescales. It took 6,000 years to carve this marble into a perfect mirror, but the conditions required for that mirror to function are being unraveled in a matter of mere decades. We are moving toward a future where these caves will either be drowned in shadow or left as muted gray stone. The world is changing quickly, and the splendor of this place is vanishing along with it. If you want to see the marble caves as they were meant to be, you need to see them now, before they change forever.